Today we're going to be reacting to Shannon Sharp going viral because he actually addressed the audio, what actually happened. I mean, he was definitely clapping some cheeks. Now, let's go ahead and get into this. Wait, before we do this, I want you guys to know that I have about 3 clips or 3 parts of this that I'm going to actually do. These clips that I'm getting are coming from Nightcap, which is Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco. So let's go ahead, let's get into it. Make sure you comment your thoughts under this video. Now I'll introduce myself. My name is Bertrand. I am the coolest dude on the planet, and I'm your friend. Confidence and clarity is the goal for my channel. So here we go.
I'm embarrassed. Someone that is extremely private, and to have one of your most intimate details, the audio heard for the entire world to hear. I'm embarrassed for a number of reasons. People count on Shannon, Shay Shay Media, Club Shay Shay, Nightcap, ESPN. There are a lot of people that count on Shannon to be professional at all times. And I always try to be professional at all times. Even when I'm behind closed doors, I still try to remain a level of professional, although I'm in the privacy of my own home. And I'm very disappointed in myself, not for the act. I think there are millions and billions of people of consenting age that engage in activities. But to have your most intimate detail on the audio to be heard, I'm disappointed in myself. I let a lot of people down. My kids, I reached out to them. I called my sister. My friends, obviously my friends reached out. But guys, this was not staged. Came in, I threw my phone on the bed, gazed in an activity. I did not know IG Live. I've never been on IG Live. I've never turned IG Live on. So I don't know how it works. And so all of a sudden my other phone is going off and people are calling me FaceTime that I've never talked to a day in my life on FaceTime. And it didn't, I'm like, why are y'all calling me FaceTime? And after a while, Jamie Fritz, who's been my longtime marketing guy, he finally got through to me and he said, Shannon, you on IG Live? I'm like, doing what? You know, I'm like, what am I on IG Live for? I ain't hit no IG Live button. He says, they can hear. I'm like, so now, Ocho, you know, I say ask for patience. He said they can hear. And now I'm starting to get agitated again because you called me and say I'm on IG Live when I know I didn't click myself on IG Live. And he said they can hear me. I said, hear me doing what? He said, it sounds like you were having sex.
Now, when I first heard him say this, I was like, what the hell were we expecting for him to say? How were we expecting for him to actually address this situation? I mean, because most people are engaging in this act or they want to. Then I thought about it and I said, okay, you know what? This is embarrassing because when you're doing business with people, you don't know how they're gonna take it. You don't know, like for instance, when you're in a partnership or you're doing business with someone, or if you have a boss or if you have employees, which he has all of that, plus family and friends, this could actually affect your relationships with these people, your employment, or how your business is being ran. Certain people don't want to be attached to certain things. This is why I understand him being private, because it can cost you money. Right now, I'm not just saying cost you money as in you have to pay fines. I mean cost you money as in you didn't get that deal because of this one particular act. So it just really got me to thinking like, okay, this makes complete sense. And I actually like to hear him speak like this because it showed me how to be professional. Because in my mind, I'm thinking the good guy versus the asshole. I'm thinking, why do I need to come on and apologize for it? But after seeing this, it showed me just how important this is, because he's not trying to be a OF content creator. He's actually a podcaster. Nightcap is doing extremely well, and it's a sports podcast on top of that, so that's even better for him. And then everything with him and Ocho Cinco, like he has a pretty good partner. So let's go ahead and let's get into part 2 of this. Here we go.
Came on, phone rings. It's Cat Williams. So I said, yeah, bro, what's up? The first thing out of his mouth, guess what he said, Ocho?
Oh, wow.
You ain't gay today?
Hey, listen. Hey, listen.
Come on, Cat. He's
and this is the funny thing about it. Now you remember all the people talking trash and saying whatever they had to say, trying to assassinate your character, that you might be this, you might be this, or whatever it may be. So hell, I mean, I'm sitting back, I'm thinking, well, hey, it was a goddamn Michelle, it wasn't a Michael. Huh? You hear me? It wasn't a Michelle. It was, it wasn't a Michael. It was a Michelle. Yeah. So we human, we human. Yeah. Now something that we all partake in. We all partake in horizontal and vertical activity.
Yes, horizontal and vertical activity. We all participate in it, or we want to.
That's everybody. That's everybody in the chat. Now I can attest to that. Now what we don't do, unless you are or if you're in that field of and only and at times, this is why I always tell you, Unc, you need to evolve with the times. Now you're not very good at technology.
I don't do anything.
You're
I don't
not
turn
very
on
good
anything.
at technology. So you at times you've done it to me. Like you hit your phone and your butt dial me by accident and don't even know you're doing it.
Yeah, true.
So I can understand where the mistake came in at. So again, I was upset, but then I also remembered that you're not very good, or you're not very technically savvy with phones and computer equipment, all that stuff. So I gave you a little grace, but I was still a little upset. I was a little hurt, but the fact that it was a Michelle and not a Michael, that's my dog.
Hey, yo, shout out to Ocho. The way they are playing this is masterful, right? This is the perfect co-host. Not only are they teasing each other, but they're making light of this heavy situation, which is really not that heavy when we think about it as humans. But when we think about it from a business perspective, then it can be very heavy, because you just don't know who was tuning in. It could have been some children that was tuning in to this, and they may have got a chance to actually hear it. But everything that's on the internet is literally on the internet, so it's kind of no way to get around that. Chad Ocho Cinco played this up. Oh my gosh, he was hurt and upset. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. But it sounded good. It sounded sincere. Well, kinda. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's get into the third part of this. Here we go.
What was I saying, Ocho? What was I saying? I ain't hear.
You was like, you gonna take this. Now, I'm just saying, I ain't never heard you talk like that. I ain't never heard you talk like that. Now, what we do got to work on is, ain't nothing wrong with your hips, but we got to work on your cardio, because you was breathing heavy. You shouldn't be breathing that heavy. You shouldn't be breathing that heavy. So we got to work on your cardio. So
Ocho,
when you lift weights, we got to get you on the car. Hit the treadmill first.
Ocho, real talk, though, Ocho, your boy. Hey, Ocho, I was already knee deep for about 25.
Right.
Now, you know what's funny about this is, as men, we lose track of time. When you knee deep in it, you lose track of time. Like, you may think that you're going longer than you actually went, or you may think that you didn't go as long as you did. So you do lose track of time. So let's keep that in mind. I mean, I don't know if he knows, right? But here we go.
Right. I mean, how you were kind of short too in there too, huh? I mean, you was about what, a minute, 5 seconds?
Oh no.
No.
No. Hey, this ain't no YouTube short, but it's a full feature.
Okay,
come on, Ocho. Come on now. Don't do that.
I'm just making sure, because now it's out there to the world now. Now it's out to the world, and most of the time when something like that happens and you don't know what's going on, so now you're gonna have people coming at you sideways. They want to see if the feature is really what it's advertised to be. So you in a kind of good position. It's somewhat of a bad thing. I think it's nothing to be embarrassed about. It's nothing to be
You know,
embarrassed about.
Bad thing?
But what it does do,
yeah,
as
I'm
far as
embarrassed
your,
about it. Ocho, damn, that's my most intimate moment.
yeah, and that now you got to understand the attraction and the curiosity from the female species that's going to occur now and wanting to experience
Oh, they
the
want to go.
shape
They
that
want to go a couple of rounds with the champ.
yeah
You know, if you have an athlete,
Yes. Definitely got to work on your cardio. Fellas, this is why I tell you guys to exercise at least 20 minutes per day, right? And if you can just do it every other day, 3 times a week, then you should be good. Me personally, what I started doing was I started to run at least 2 to 3 miles every other day, just because I want my cardio to be up, and because I am a basketball trainer and I do some other stuff, I want to make sure that I have the endurance to be able to handle what I'm doing. Now I will say this once again, they not only did they address the gay rumors, but they also have fun with this. They got some good laughs out of it. We got some great sayings. Now, when it comes to losing track of time or how long you've been knee deep in some, the most important question is this: is she willing to come? Is she looking forward to coming back for more? Because we can say, well, how long were you in it? Was it a short amount of time, or was it a long period of time? But what actually matters is, did she enjoy the period of time that you were actually in it? Because if she didn't, she's not going to return. Now, you want this woman to return, but you want her to return happily, meaning she's coming back and she's bringing even more passion, or the same level of passion that she had when you guys were going at it, because that's what's gonna make you feel good. They cover something that was very important. Women are definitely going to be curious, not just because he's rich, but because he actually has something out for women to see and hear, because it was another woman. Women are constantly in competition with other women. The funny thing is, they just try to act like they're not to other men and to other women, but that's just a competition strategy. Make it look like I'm not actually in competition with you when she actually is. Because I can tell you this, his DMs are probably flooded with all kind of women. Why they're there, it may be just for the intimacy, or it may be for the intimacy and the money, but regardless of what it is, he's going to be getting some attention, and he's definitely gonna have some options for the next time he's ready to get down, guaranteed. So fellas, I'm gonna close this out really by just saying these 5 things. 1, Shannon Sharpe handled this really professionally. Granted, this was an unfortunate situation. I mean, he's not a OF content creator. He apologized to the people that he felt he needed to apologize to. Number 2, he has a really good co-host, someone he can laugh with, someone he can joke with, that he understands and that they understand him. Number 3, he addressed the gay rumors. In fact, Cat Williams also addressed it, letting them know you're not gay today, because I mean, many people probably didn't know that he had that he has a stylist, and that he also had hip surgery, which will definitely change how you walk. And I'm just speaking from just having certain injuries. Number 4, intimacy, sex. This is something that we all want to do. Now, I'm learning, being in this space, I'm learning that not every man is getting the amount of intimacy or sex that he wants, but every man wants sex and intimacies. And number 5, no matter what happens, you must keep going. You must keep it moving. You must continue to live your life as happily as you possibly can, or at least as focused as you possibly can, because that's what brings you peace, which I believe ultimately adds to your happiness. Now, I do have a question for you guys. What do you think? Comment under this video. Remember, when you are watching these videos, you are becoming the best version of yourself. Now that this video is done, do me a huge favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with anybody you think this will help. Other than that, I'll see you on the next one. Peace. Oh, and the most important part was he actually addressed the gay rumors when he had those funny clothes on in the purse and he was getting out walking funny. Now, I will say this, he did have hip surgery, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say, if you have hip surgery, meaning you got a hip replacement, you gonna be kind of walking funny at least sometime, because I mean, you don't have an original part in your body. You have something that was added, so you're gonna be constantly adjusting to having something in there. So I'm that's just me assuming that, right? But he did address the gay rumors, which for him is another good thing, because I'm sure this is something that weighed heavily on his mind, especially because he comes from the era where, you know, it wasn't okay. It was not okay